Alrighty, today, Rogue Trader. This is a thing that I have not played for, I think, a year having it in my Steam library. It's really, really, really bad, and I should have gotten more into it. And now I'm finally deciding with the new year, I need to go through my Steam backlog, and this needs to be the first title that I get through. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that, I start getting through this, which, oh my God. Could afford to take the brightness down a little bit, I guess. That actually looks kind of nice. I don't think I've ever really messed with the gamma correction. But yeah, those colors look freaking sexy. Oh, that's just the settings for being colorblind. Okay. Photosensitivity warning. Seizures, blackouts, when exposed to certain lens patterns. I love how they put that up, but it's literally never enough time for you to, like, read it. I mean, same thing as the EULA, you know? It's like, I don't know how many people really go through and read these. All right. What time is it? I got time. Oh, Void Shadows, Lex Imperialis. They have DLC for this? Okay. Scenario. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader, the scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over their trade protectorate and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of Von Valancius as it faces multiple threats from within its own ranks and without, as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of the shattered protectorate and forge a new path for the non-Valancius dynasty, currently finding itself in a vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities, and heresy. Not the heresy! The stakes are high and rise even higher as you cross paths with terrifyingly powerful and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Coronus Expanse. Interesting. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. I don't really like to mess with these types of settings. I know in Baldur's Gate they have things like this where you can set like all kinds of other stuff, but maybe daring? System. I mean, what? Do normal first and then maybe go back and play it on hard or unfair? Okay, fine. I'll play it on normal. I'll play it on normal. Custom character, duh. Okay, portrait. Custom portrait? Dude, what? That's sick. Oh, dude, that's actually so sick. What, like you can put your face on it or something? Okay, well... Who do I think looks the most dope? Okay. This guy looks pretty dope. Not gonna lie. That guy looks pretty dope. I kinda like this dude. This dude's pretty sick too. He's got the chain sword. Okay. He's like, oh yes, Baron. We've been doing very well in the trade sectors. I don't know. This guy seems mischievous. That guy's also badass, like the mustache. I'm thinking this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this guy. Okay. Appearance. Face. Why is my face all scarred up? Is that just a part of it? Yeah, my cheekbones aren't that defined. There we go. I'm not the super muscular side. I'm more on the slim side. A little bit more olive. Yeah, same about like right there. Okay, hair. Yes, that. And that without the man bun. And the high and tight. The messy. I wish that was my hair. What about... kinda. That's... no. It's too long. I don't have the part. Maybe that. Okay, where's the gray? Wait, is that it? Yeah. My eyebrows, those are angry. They're kind of like that. Yeah, they're more like that. Eyebrow color. Yeah, actually, yeah. I don't really have a good beard. I need like a stubbly, kind of like that. My beard's not even stubbly, really. Okay, tats. Let's do it. Scars? Yeah, I don't need scars. Or I don't want scars. Where's my face? I think I want to change my face a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll just go back to one. Oh, wait, tattoos. Okay. Look, your boy gonna be tatted up. Is it my left arm? Yeah. I've only really got him on my left arm. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I'll just have one. It's also red. Yeah, it's mainly red. Augmentations. Oh, whoa. That's pretty dope. Okay. Yeah, no. I don't know if I want to run an augmentation.
I'll see you destroy.
You didn't stand a chance. Heresy grows from idleness.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Perfect.
Time to reap the spoils of the battle.
Pragmatic sounds pretty fun. Okay. Okay, homeworld. Oh, dude, I didn't even see all this. What the hell? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. I'm not gonna read all this out loud, but sometimes even the environment stuff. Strength, toughness, agility. Okay, hold on. Humans breath in the belly of void vessel are born in mutual satellite. So much as we come into. Nah, what about a forge world? Probably an Imperial world. I feel like that's where I would be. What is a fortress world? What's a hive world? This is a character's ability to interact with other creatures to deceive, charm, or befriend them. I think I would be... I mean, I don't know. I grew up in the city, so I guess the hive world kind of makes sense. The character's fellowship is higher. Outnumber. If a hive world character has melee superiority against the enemy, the effect is increased by +10. If the enemy has melee superiority against a hive world character, the effect is decreased by -10. Interesting. All ranged weapons dealing physical damage have +1 damage, +5% armor penetration, +1 vertical. Wow, okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Okay. My origin. Ooh, a crime lord. Oh, it changes the outfit too? That's sick. Yeah, definitely not a priest. Navy officer. Brace for impact. That's the brace effect to each ally, including themselves on a 5-cell radius. The effect lasts for 1 round. The Navy officer gains +1 charge for this ability. The braced effect. +2 deflection for each archetype chosen by the Navy officer. Gains immunity to forced movement effects and cannot be over-penetrated. Okay, interesting. It's a noble. Definitely not a noble. Sanctioned Psyker. Ooh. I mean, I guess this would just be in which, like, class I want to play. Regiment Tactics. The problem, okay, the problem that I have with things like this right here is I don't know what any of this is. At least in, like, Dungeons and Dragons or, like, Baldur's Gate, you know, you have, like, a general sense of, like, what the words mean. You know, like what is ballistic skill? I mean, okay, ranged weapons. Oh, Okay, that one makes sense. But, like, this. Fellowship. I have no idea what this means. Character's ability to interact with other creatures to see... Wait, don't I already have a bonus to that? I think I do. Approach a gathering of unsociable servants or to effortlessly make deals with treacherous merchants. Interesting. Maybe I do this then, because I already have a fellowship bonus. Athletics. I don't want to be a crime lord. A commissar would be dope. Athletics. What is the commissar? What's his thing? The commissar shoots an allied character with a pistol equipped with their primary. What? That's kind of crazy, but I don't like... Shots with a pistol in their primary hand deal plus 2 times the commissar's BS bonus. Not sure what that is. Percent more damage, gain plus 15% critical. I think the commander. I think I'd rather be the commander. I feel like a noble sounds like one ally who will become their servant until the end of combat. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like Astra Militon. Suppressive fire. So he's more of the support. Tactics effect. All their allies gain plus 5% rate of fire for every attack they have made since the start of this effect. Interesting. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like playing the support. A triumph. Apex of Brilliance. Through reforms and leadership, you restored a broken Imperial Guard regiment to its former martial glory. Lore. Intelligence characteristic reflects the character's understanding. Okay, interesting. Guardsmen defended the shrine will receive a high commendation for your fleet. Achieve great victory over the ruinous powers. We'll do this one. Apex of Brilliance. Darkest Hour. Ooh, okay. Lost an entire regiment to the Immaterium during a Geller field failure, yet you yourself remain unscathed. Damn. The Brand of Shame. What is Medicae? Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Oh. Choose one of the first tier archetypes? What? Weapons quickly able to assume an advantageous position where they stand ready to rain fire on the enemy. Blasting targets with burst fire and area weapons. Okay, running gun, firearm mastery, characteristics, ballistic, skills awareness, demolition. What is operative? Exploit weaknesses in enemies' defenses and withstand attacks from an precision, single attacks, defense, penetration, area buffs, consistent. Okay. Willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of the allies, turn them into even greater threats on the battlefield. I feel like my class already does that. Melee prowess. I'm not very melee prowess. I feel like I'm pretty tactical. Dismantling attack. Expose weakness, analyze enemies. The operative targets one enemy within line of sight. That target immediately gains +1 and bonus divided by 2 exploits. Interesting. Expose weakness. Dismantling attack. On each enemy in combat? Makes a free attack against a target. Interesting. I kind of like that. Okay. What am I looking? Are these all the skills? Oh, these are all the available abilities. Okay, that just got really complicated. Bounty Hunter, Assassin, Arc Militant. I think I'll do operative. Let's see. Okay, 30 available points. Weapon skill reflects the character's competence in all forms of close combat. It increases their parry, reduces enemy parry chance against melee attacks. Okay, wait. Okay. Ballistic skill, ranged weapons, strength, melee weapons. It also affects athletics, toughness, resisting negative physical effects and the amount of a character's wounds. For each point of a tough character gains plus 10% wounds. Agility, initiative, dodge. If they carry a melee weapon, their dodge reduction is equal to half their agility. Intelligence, burst ranged area attacks. Oh, non-burst range area attacks. Perception. Fellowship. I mean, my fellowship is already very high. What is willpower? Withstand horrors of the warp. Okay. We'll do 1 in toughness, 2 in weapon skill. It'll be 1 in intelligence and 1 in perception. We'll do that. The Void Ship. Oh, I can change the name? Hold up. Sword class frigate. Classic Void Ship design, prevented thousands of battles, combining decent firepower, high speed, and respectable survivability. 1.6 kilometers in length? That's... 6 megatons. Estimated number of souls, 26,000. Damn. The Patient Fortune. I kind of like that, actually. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to name him Logan. Okay. Let's do it. Wait, maximum hit chance is always 95%. All hit chance above 95% is converted to critical. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Whoa. Dude, this looks badass.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Okay, you are in a dialogue. Here you can learn about current events, influence the characters you were speaking to, or even alter the course of the game's narrative. Your character's personal story depends on the dialogue choices you make. Available dialogue options are displayed on the right. Select a reply by clicking the left mouse button. Pressing it. Okay.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Kunrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Okay, that's really cool that you can hover over something and it'll tell you. Okay, a rogue trader is a subject of the Imperium with a unique hereditary title. Rogue trader is tasked with exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. That's crazy! That's crazy! Dude, it's literally like, it's like if Somalian pirates were, like, legal and we just sent them to, like, other parts of the galaxy. That's wild. Highlighted words learned. Oh, okay, yeah, I just learned that.
My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander.
Fair enough.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor. There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
Yeah, Lord Captain, that's interesting.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service. And therefore,
Sacrosanct.
it is sacrosanct.
Codex of... Okay, that was kind of what I was thinking, the Codex of Imperium laws.
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate. To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Interesting.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred Warrant of Trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Warrant of Trade. Sacred relic document that affirms the preeminent rights of a rogue trader throughout the galaxy.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Is there money to be made?
So accessible symbol will appear at the closest location. Interactable objects. Some of the games can be interacted with in a special way. Transfer your character to the neighboring locations to launch a small event. These icons become visible when your character is standing close enough to the interactive object. Interesting. Dude, I'm moving fast.
Let us not dawdle.
It's cool that it shows it from the
One
view of the surveyor rods.
Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
That's the tank.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Oh. Interesting.
No mercy to those who oppose Von Valancius.
You've been ambushed. This enemy is of all kinds. Fight for your life. These sensitive tutorials will familiarize you with the combat systems. Blah blah blah. So we got this bad boy. Oh, it shows you the okay. So the turn limits or turn limits. Dang. Joint analysis. Turn-based take place on a grid. Another turn a character can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select a self with a highlight. And double-click to move it to a character. Okay, so you double-click to move. Movement points. It's more costly. Every diagonal cell uses 2 movement points. Okay, so you can't cancel movements. Interesting. Spend action points. The total is displayed at the bottom of the screen. Every attacker ability has certain action points associated to it. The number of squares next to the icons of the attacks and other abilities indicate their AP cost. Okay, interesting. Okay, wait. The amount of damage your character deals depends on the parameters of the weapon they are using. The effectiveness of the shot depends on the distance between the character and their enemy. When you target an enemy with a single shot, you will see 2 areas denoting the weapon's effective and maximum firing ranges. Attack actions that can only be used once per turn unless affected by specific talents or other abilities a character might have. If a character performs an attack action, not be able to attack again and will lose remaining movement points until the start of their next turn. Okay. Space. Okay. So I was just out of range of being able to shoot that thing.
It's as good as done.
What else can I do?
I'll see to it personally.
Interesting. I wonder what that is. Oh no. He's gonna go for that guy next. Oh, he getting close. Oh, you have to reload? Interesting. Okay.
I'll make it happen.
No way. Oh. Just melee attacks.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck, at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Interesting. Weapons block adjacent enemy's ability to perform attacks with ranged weapons. Pistols and shotguns are an exception to this rule. They can be fired at point-blank range. Wait, characters with melee weapons block adjacent enemies' ability to perform attacks with ranged weapons. Interesting. Okay. Oh, so there's the idea that someone's out to get us.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Gives you a curt bow. Hey, where's the loot? I need to see the loot. What? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I can mark stuff on... Oh,
Rise
that's...
to the top, or get left in the dust.
Interesting, okay. You can have two weapons on you at the same time. Interesting.
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
Dogmatic. Interesting. Oh, interesting. So you make choices. Okay. What, level 1 out of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What, 12? Looks like 12. Deflection, armor, dodge, dodge reduction. Dodge reduction. Oh, cool. Parry and resolve. Momentum gained at the beginning of each turn or after killing an enemy. Interesting. Okay. Cool. This is interesting. Biography. Okay. And then eventually we're going to get the gang?
Keep your wits about you.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I have to go this way.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
First impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin, stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all some signs of some illness or defect that has taken place over physical form. Edelthrad Theodora von Valancius's features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible, head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Two more men, was great officer.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Character skills reflect the knowledge and capabilities. Some dialogues automatically initiate passive skill tests. If such a test succeeds, new information will be revealed, or hidden dialogue option will unlock. If your character is traveling with allies, a party member with the highest score and the applicable skills selected to give for each given passive skill. Oh, cool. Okay. That's indeed the case. The population.
Thorough, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants. Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are sorely...
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
Damn.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here? You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service.
Oh, whoops.
Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lick-spittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed.
Lick-spittlery. What does that mean? I am...
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The Warrant of Trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
The Warrant of Trade. It's about the same.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancia's blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
So I guess the rogue trader is kind of like the commander. I guess just like the commander of a trade vessel, basically. Like the Imperium trusts him to make all the right decisions, I guess.
Oh, yes. You would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Oh, of course.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Fon Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Ethelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Yeah, if you're so happy with him, why are you having me in this conversation?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Ethelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. Service in the Astra Militarum is a trial from which very few people emerge with their life. That you have risen through the ranks of the Imperial Guard and assumed command of an army is a testament to your astuteness, both on the battlefield and in the tangled net of officer intrigues. I assure you, the company that a rogue trader keeps will offer you plenty of chances to demonstrate both your diplomatic skills and your combat prowess.
Okay. Okay.
Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the Fon Valancius dynasty, well, so much the better. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Well, that's kind of scary. I don't like that.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Yeah, isn't that borderline heresy?
Enough, Abelard.
Abelard.
Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp.
Real
An
space.
otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Geller field, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead. Sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
The Geller field.
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
It's interesting. It's like they have different ships, but they're all like competing with each other, which I guess in a sense of like, oh my god, words. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess in a free market economy or like capitalism, I guess.
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants.
Sycophants.
I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows. In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood.
The new blood.
It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Let's go. Oh, Lord. Heretics. So many heretics.
To arms!
Did they just like take over the deck? Oh, Lord. Okay, so what? There's nobody over there. You have been ambushed again. All commands act in turns and their orders determined by an initiative roll. Yes, order turns displayed on the top left of the screen. Bottom. The character at the very bottom goes first, then the one above them. Okay. Start the battle. Let's do it.
Emperor, protect me.
Oh, damn.
Tactics are the best ones.
Oh, damn. Dude, she's got a plasma pistol.
Death to the heretics!
Oh, shit.
Death to the weak! Your blood will flow!
Oh, that was so metal. Okay, that was what I was thinking. Was there's cover? Okay. Cover that a character can hide behind, marked with a shield or a shield with a skull. Automatically take up an advantageous position in the case. The character behind them increases. Obviously, a bonus of attack from the side protected by their current cover. Okay, interesting. So I guess what, like move behind cover and then what, pop this fool?
I'll see to it, but your end was
Bop.
inevitable.
Heretic cutthroat.
Chaos guides me.
Ooh.
Such is the will of chaos. Name them! Make them bleed!
To non-believers.
I've suffered worse.
Dude, that multi-melta is sick.
Mercy for
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Dude, the plasma pistol's crazy.
Weapon at the ready.
Oh, Mort.
For the glory of the Imperium.
It's as good as done.
Fuck.
Who, if not me?
For now.
She's gonna blast that. Oh my god. Dude, what? Why'd you do so much damage to me, bro? She literally took me out for like half my health.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety
Yeah,
of
that was
madness
kind of
induced
what I
by
just
warp
gathered.
travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
The casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
Engine seer, a tech priest whose specialization is the maintenance and repair of sacred machines. Interesting.
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle.
Obedient cattle. That's crazy.
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Okay.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
So far, this feels a bit more linear than Baldur's Gate. I feel like Baldur's Gate gives you a bit more opportunity for like running around and doing whatever you want. This seems...
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
Why is she giving me like Cruella de Vil vibes? Because that's kind of what I'm getting off of her.
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Then it's
Alright,
settled.
we got the gang.
Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort, come.
She is so angry. It's very angry. Alrighty then, guess we're going this way.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Say what? Oh, dude, what? I was about to say, what? No. You sleazeball. What? You sick son of a bitch. Oh, I'm gonna get this motherfucker. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Caramel. Gotta love caramel. Oh. Okay. Let's see.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you.
Okay.
We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Damn, that's savage. What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for? Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for. The Warrant of Trade. I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
This intruding influence. Oh no! No! Not the warp! It's a cogitator. Digital computer in the Imperium. Skill tests and dialogues. One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically in this case, you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated test. Success and failures affect how the dialogue develops, depending on the context. You might change the course of the conversation after the character's attitude, or perform an action whose consequences will only become apparent later. Got it. Carefully inspect the design of the cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is a strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech. So the screeching and groaning of metal leans forth close to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. Sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen on the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on the... Dude, is it gonna bite you? Insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that are filled with your head after a void veer wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, that source coiled itself to a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Got a ring is stitched together with copper thread and has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creator of the Sentinel did every inch long in it's completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight. Dang. flash. A few dark drops fall into the server's throat. Immediately you hear a humming as the servo monitors pumps start in motion. The vid screen at the cogitator flickers.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
I understand where the quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static as it signaled the cogitator.
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require...
Something like this. Subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm. Interesting.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Oh, damn. Dude, they're gonna be like... Oh, damn.
There is still another way.
Wait, what? But then it still opens? Dude, they got freaking roasted. Delancius. Whoa. What is... Dude, what? It's like a giant parchment. Appoint this person to be the bearer of the Warrant of Trade and bestow upon them and their dynasty the great mission. To be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity. To walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost. To triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain to greatness.
Escort
Yeah,
the
little
child
vox
of the
skull.
house to safety. Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Screen kings, outdated, blah blah blah.
I will lead us to fortune.
Alright, let's go seal the chamber up.
Run, fools, or fall.
Oh shit. Just chop that boy in half. Abelard.
Master! What? Whatever are you doing in the Warrant Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
As far as sweating, one of his sleeves on his coat soaked through with blood. Uh-oh.
What?
Clearly serving the unholy gods of the warp.
Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic. Oh, Voidfear, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt. Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Just hands you a sniper. Treating injuries. Some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Kunrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds with 1 round. Or within 1 round. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Choose to reduce the character's resolve. Fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. Fresh injury can be healed using a medkit. Old injuries can be healed with a medkit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a Medicaid skills test to succeed. When they lose all their wounds, they fall unconscious. Field medic feature. Base skill Medicare. Have taken Medicaid skills advancement at least once. Okay, drag and drop. You can switch between the party members. Okay. What is armed body glove?
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. That is a noticeable improvement.
Okay.
Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive. You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing? Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warrant Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same? I am no helmsman, or God Emperor preserve me navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet. Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course. During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Damn.
Absolutely.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Let's go. Freaking heretics.
Close ranks!
Unique companion is a warrior. Abelard specializes in melee combat and drawing the enemy's attacks. Charges a unique warrior ability that only works when they're using a melee weapon. Is not considered an attack action. Close the distance between you and the enemy and deal damage. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, let me just read it. Look, it's 4 action points. That's crazy. Cleave. Okay, so that's kind of like Baldur's Gate as well.
It will be done.
Skadoosh. The full description of the ability. Yes. Yes, I understand. Shot.
Another enemy down. I'll see to it personally.
You should be okay.
I serve the ruinous powers.
This dude's parry chance is off the charts, though.
Ugh. Pain and duty go hand in hand. At your beck and I took care of this one.
Skadoosh.
Never stood a chance.
Kaboom. That's crazy.
One fewer target.
I get it. You can't move after doing all that. Best level your character and companions. Prevailing in battles, exploring the horrendous expanse, and completing quests earns you experience points. So if you accumulated experience, your character gains a new level. Click on the arrows. Somebody character supports you to the level up screen. Level up.
Miscalculations are for commoners. I don't make mistakes. I
Plus
make
one rank
profitable
available.
learning experiences.
Oh, okay. Oh, does it have to go like that? One rank available. Okay. Oh, okay, so you can like pick okay. Rational arguments more convincing and allow them to notice. Okay. What is my current? I don't understand like what it's telling me. Oh, okay. So what, that's Abelard's awareness. Oh, okay, so you can kind of like skill out everything. Okay. Because my lore in these is already pretty high. I'll do logic. Okay. What about Abelard? This cruises at 70. Coercion. Athletics. Yes. Cool. Oh, that's cool. It already kind of shows you, like... Interesting.
I'm at your service.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
For the need for the former belongings, you can discover... Oh, yeah. Now we get to loot people, baby. Let's go. Why does he have 6 swords on him? Yeah, I don't think he needs that many swords. Sadly, I'll probably need to stop it right here. Can I just save? Yeah, I was about to say, I'll probably need to stop it right about here. But this was very fun. I cannot wait to get into more of this game because this seems just intriguing. And yeah, I guess until next time, thank you for watching if you decided to watch. Yeah, I want to do some more of these. So this is fun. This is super fun.